Please rise and join Mr. Wayne Jennings for the Negro National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that our dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that our presence has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our bright day begun, let us march on till victory is won.
Please continue standing for our invocation by Reverend William Lamar IV.
Let us pray. Holy One, Mother and Father of us all, you made us in your image and your likeness. There is humanity in you, and there is divinity in us. We pause to luxuriate in the beauty of all that you have made, and to thank you for the innumerable gifts that you have lavished upon us collectively and individually. We accept your invitation to be co-creators of a world of justice, liberation, and equity for all humankind. A world where we are committed to caring for your good creation, which sustains us. We thank you for our ancestors who bequeathed the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society, the oldest chapter of the National Dental Association, to us. We thank you for the generations to come, those who will not see our faces nor know our voices, but those who will build upon this work as our collective future unfolds. We honor those whom you have called to be healers tonight, strong, resilient oral health professionals and oral health professionals in training. We need them. Our health, our capacity to flourish as human beings depends upon them. COVID has shown us that delaying dental care in times like these increases morbidity. Research teaches us that Black people and white people are treated differently by medical professionals, that our pain is often ignored and we are often treated in ways that lead to inappropriate care, needless suffering, and even death. Howard University produces professionals that counteract this medical apartheid with skill, care, dedication, and love. We are here because less than 5% of dentists in the US are African Americans. We're here because student debt is $350,000 for dental students, and Black dentists have even higher debt. In 2018, fewer than 30% of African Americans over age 65 visited a dentist. For those over 65, poor dental health is associated with a lower quality of life. 63% of NDA members are active Medicaid providers compared to 30% of non-NDA members. Only 50% of Medicaid-eligible children receive dental care. Over 60 million people live in areas with no access to dental care. 10,000 more dentists are needed immediately for underserved areas. You have summoned us here tonight because we collectively can make a difference. We can change reality. We are here to support and to celebrate tangibly our healers who help us to flourish. Be with us and encourage each oral health professional here assembled Help them not to grow weary in well-doing. Guard their ways, direct their paths, and strengthen our beloved President, Dr. Cheryl Lee, as she leads us to higher heights and deeper depths. Finally, Holy God, awaken us to our shared mission of rejecting the capitalist, imperialist lie of scarcity and embracing the divine human truth of abundance. There is enough for us all. May we all be agents of your healing and more committed to an Ubuntu philosophy, I am because we are, rather than a Cartesian philosophy, I think, therefore I am. Amen and Ashe.
Please welcome to the stage our Master of Ceremonies for tonight's program, Dr. Edward Chappell.
Good evening, and welcome to the installation gala of the 98th President of the National Dental Association, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler. This is presented to you by the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society. And on behalf of officers and members of the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society, I bring you greetings and ask that you take time to savor this moment in history of our great organization, the National Dental Association. We would like to say thank you to all who are attending and taking time from your busy schedules to celebrate with us. We'd also like to say thank you to the sponsors who helped to make this event possible, including premium sponsor Smile Direct Club and our longtime friend and platinum sponsor, Colgate. We'd also like to say thank you to United Concordia and Dr. Roosevelt Allen, Vice President and Dental Director, if you just raise your hand. Howard University, thank you. Howard University College of Dentistry, Dr. Andrea Jackson, Dean. DC Dental Surgery, Kyle Welch. Sunburst Farm, Darrell Hill, CEO. And our special guest, Dr. Michael Reddy, Dean, University of California, San Francisco. Dr. George Jenkins, Associate Dean of the Office of Access, Equity, and Inclusion. Dr. Alvina Ray Albright. And a special acknowledgement to Dr. Colonel Tawana McGee Thandi, the first African-American oral surgeon in the Army. I would also like to say thank you to the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society Gala Committee for the hard work and dedication to put this weekend and gala together. Thank you to our core committee, Doctors Hazel Harper, Cheryl Baptiste, John Daniels, Nicole Cheek, Segunda Wright Perry, Belinda Carver-Taylor, Floretta Cuffey, and Dr. Reggie Salter, and finally, but not least, the puzzle master, Ms. Sharon Jarrett of Jarrett Affairs Planning. This evening will include our candlelight installation ceremony, a scholarship presentation, hors d'oeuvres, and browsing of this magnificent museum. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the current president of the National Dental Association, Dr. Pamela Alston, followed by Dr. Cheryl Baptiste, president of the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society.
Greetings to our distinguished guests tonight. What a difference a year makes. A year ago, everything was closed and locked down. But it is amazing what can happen when a high-spirited group of people come together for a higher purpose and dream big. As you are my witnesses here tonight, dreams do come true. I want to give kudos to the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society. They worked very hard for this historic event tonight. Thank you, Robert T. Freeman Dental Society and President Dr. Cheryl Baptiste. Thank you, Gala Planning Committee, under the able chairmanship of Dr. Edward Chappell. President-elect Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler, just as we are all poised here tonight for your successful installation, everyone here tonight is poised for your successful leadership as the 98th President of the National Dental Association. Congratulations to you.
Jambo, which is Swahili for hello. Greetings from the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society, Incorporated, and the National Dental Association family of organizations. It's a pleasure to host you. Welcome to Washington, D.C. We normally call it Banneker City also. This event is the culmination of a year that leaves us still in the midst of a global pandemic and uncertainty that we are not accustomed to. But this is an occasion that allows us to continue to count our blessings and lean into a future of unknowns with positivity and resilience. For as we sit in this sacred space here of ancestral sacrifices and triumphs, we know that their legacy has been passed down to us. We will use this occasion to celebrate our past, honor our present, and anticipate our future. In celebrating our past, we know that in 2025, the RTFDS, or Robert T. Freeman Dental Society, Incorporated, will celebrate its 125th year of progress. Yes. We know that this year marks the 140th anniversary of the Howard University College of Dentistry, one of two institutions dedicated to training African Americans and other underrepresented minority dental professionals. And we know that next year, in 2022, the Student National Dental Association will celebrate its 50th anniversary. And we could not be more proud of what they have achieved. In celebrating the present, we acknowledge not only the accomplishments of the 28 inaugural Smile Direct Company NDA scholars, but also the commitment to social responsibility and social justice that is demonstrated by the scholarship awards made possible by the Smile Direct Company, and the support of all our major sponsors and donors. All of you, thank you. Our mission has always been and will continue to be one dedicated to supporting and mentoring our students. We are, of course, elated to be able to witness the inauguration of our own Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler. She joins a mighty legacy of other Robert T. Freeman Dental Society leaders who have risen to the pinnacle of leadership in the National Dental Association. We are extremely proud of her and know she will be a quintessential leader. Also, as we look to the future, it is with expectation that the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society Scholarship Fundraising Campaign will become an annual event. I will be calling you again. In fact, this scholarship fundraiser will end December 31st, giving us prime time to prepare for our next fundraiser between now and our national convention in July. Thank you to everyone here, all of you for sharing this moment with us, and those who are on the digital platform. We are so honored to have you here with us and to share this inaugural. We have so many wonderful people who have helped us, and you've heard their names mentioned already. We do have a few tokens for them, and the tokens were monogrammed by the sister of the person who designed this wonderful structure that we're in tonight. I've known Dr. Cheryl Lee since before we were born. Our mothers were drifters together. And our fathers went to Howard University College of Dentistry. We share a name and of Cheryl, because I'm Cheryl, but we've always shared our smiles. I've always, from childhood, always looked at her brother, her sister, her mother, her father. They always made me smile. They always inspired me because they always continued to give. They travel. Dr. Lee came back from Texas, where she helped some students who did not have meals prepared for them at home. So they were youngsters, no higher than this. She bought little chef hats for them, little chef coats, and they purchased crock pots and taught them how to make their own meals at home. So, it broke my heart when I thought, these little children don't have someone at home to cook for them. And she went out into the community and started programs just like this. And she's been doing this internationally. Dr. Lee Butler herself is a phenomenal chef. She prepares vegan meals that would put any 10-star, I know I'm creating the number, restaurant to shame, and she'll whip them up in a minute. Every weekend, she's hosting family and friends. She's just a warm, hospitable person, and she has excellent vision. She's been working behind the scenes for so many years, gave up her turn to be president several times, and our hearts are open to her, and we're ready to serve and follow her dream. Thank you.
And now, a message from our sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you to the National Dental Association for the opportunity to speak at your evening gala. I am Dr. Reedy Gangoli, Senior Director of Professional Education and Marketing at Smile Direct Club. We are thrilled to partner with the National Dental Association to provide the Achievement Scholarship Awards. We will provide 28 students $7,500 each to put towards their dental education. Through personal experience, I know the financial burden that often accompanies dental education and our industry. Often, these financial burdens are compounded after graduation as we figure out a way to fund our career as well as provide oral care to our communities of choice. And these barriers often affect dental professionals of color disproportionately. Smile Direct Club's NDA scholarship program seeks to increase the number of underrepresented minorities in dentistry and dismantle the barriers to access to oral health care by providing a total of $210,000 in financial support to the recipients. The company was founded on the belief that everyone should deserve a smile that they love, that barriers like access, affordability, and convenience should not prevent people from straightening their smile. We also know that these barriers affect underrepresented communities disproportionately. It is our hope that through programs like this, we can empower the next generation of African Americans oral health professionals and reduce the barrier to access to care. Thank you again to the National Dental Association for your continued support and to the Gala attendees for supporting such an amazing, incredible organization. Thank you very much and enjoy your evening.
We would now like to bring out the Smile Direct Scholarship recipients for a special presentation by Dr. Nathan Fletcher, National Dental Association Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and Mr. Keith Perry, Esquire, Executive Director.
Come around. Come around. We would also like to call Dr. Alston to the stage, please.
Isn't it amazing what we can do when we put a little effort to things and we bring up these wonderful students from around the country, and they represent the Student National Dental Association from a number of different schools. So there they are. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We have come to the sacred hour and ask that all ceremony participants take their rightful place on the stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity to present our history and our future. My assignment this evening is to give you an opportunity to reflect on where we have come and why we exist in the first place. Let me just tell you a personal note. In 1964, when I finished Howard University Dental School, the National Dental Association gave all of the members of that class membership. From 1964 until current time, I have been a member. It's a sad note, however, that in 1964, the American Dental Association did not, I repeat, the American Dental Association and the District of Columbia Dental Society did not allow men and women of color to be members. And so this gives me an extra sense of joy to lead this ceremony in remembrance. There's an old African proverb that states, if a person's name is remembered, then that person's energy, that person's spirit, that person's life is forever among us. The candlelight ceremony is a representation of the continuation of the National Dental Association's journey from its inception in 1913 to today. This service honors our history and pays homage to our organization's legacy of dedicated leaders. The light was first illuminated in 1913 and has been nurtured by the past presidents. It is being passed on to the new leadership tonight. The light represents strength, endurance. Both are necessary to sustain the mission and the purpose of the NDA. In recognition and remembrance of the past presidents who diligently provided illumination for our journey, we will remember them tonight as we light candles in their honor. In 1913 to 1918, the first president, Dr. David A. Ferguson. From 1918 to 1920, Dr. Charles A. Dunstan. 1920 to 1922, Dr. Stephen J. Lewis. 1922 to 1923, Dr. Mercer C. Ramsey. 1923 to 1924, Dr. Isaac M. Lawrence. 1924 to 1926, Dr. William B. Reed. 1926 to 1928, Dr. George H. Butcher. Thank you.
To 1935, Charles W. Dorsey. 1935 to 1936, William B. Reed.
(1936 through 1937), Jackson L. Davis. 1937 through 1938, Reginald E. Beeman. 1938 through 1939, Simmons C. Hamilton. 1939 through 1940, Waldo J. Howard. 1940 through 1941, J. Leroy Baxter. 1941 through 1942, Leon A. Reed. 1942 through 1944, William O. Claytor.
1944 to 1946, Donley H. Turpin. 1946 to 1947, Robert H. Thomas. 1947 to 1948, Ernest W. Taggart. 1948 to 1949, Russell A. Dixon. 1949 to 1950, William D. Giles. 1950 to 1951, Martin L. Walton. 1951 to 1952, William M. Springer.
1952 to 1953, Audley M. Mackle. 1953 to 1954, Clarence L. Thomas. 1954 to 1955, James E. Carter, Jr. 1955 to 1956, James E. Bowman. 1956 to 1957, Leroy W. R. Gates. 1957 to 1958, Harry T. Penn. 1958 to 1959, Charles E. Williams, Sr.
1959 to 1960, H. Medley Prophet. 1960 to 1961, William K. Elliott. 1961 to 1962, James B. Singleton, Jr. 1962 to 1963, Richard Lane, Sr. 1963 to 1964, Matthew Mitchell. 1964 to 1965, William J. Walker, Sr. 1965 to 1966, H. Raymond Primus.
(1966 to 1967), Dr. James A. Kitchen. 1967 to 1968, French N. Chowden. 1968 to 1969, Dr. James C. Wallace, Jr. 1969 to 1970, Dr. James W. Holland III. 1970 to 1971, Clyde R. Broders. 1971 to 1972, Dr. Robert W. Smith. 1972 to 1973, Dr. E. Eddie G. Smith, Jr.
1973 to 1974, Manning W. Rosamond. 1974 to 1975, Frank L. Shuford. 1975 to 1976, Charles E. Williams, Jr. 1976 to 1977, Harvey Webb, Jr. 1977 to 1978, Walter Tucker. 1978 to 1979, James E. Lassiter, Jr. 1979 to 1980, Walker Moore.
1980 to 1981, Elijah R. Richardson. 1981 to 1982, Wilfred Ralph. 1982, 1983, Stanley A. Bucree. 1983, 1984, John E. Maupin, Jr. 1984, 1985, Alvin O. Walker. 1985 to 1986, Roosevelt Brown. 1986 to 1987, J. Arthur Kelly.
1988 to 1989, Hugo A. Owens. 1989, James H. Henderson, Sr. 1990, William H. Gibson, Jr. 1991, Joseph J. Oliver, Jr. 1992, Joel V. Turner. 1993, Eugene J. Jordan. 1994, Chester A. Akins.
1995, Winthrop A. Holder. 1996, Stephen B. Towns. 1997, Hazel J. Harper. 1998, Joseph E. Gay. 1999, Cynthia E. Hodge. 2000, Franklin Scott. 2001, Edward R. Scott II.
2002, Gregory H. Stout. 2003, Romel J. Madison. 2004, Joy A. Jordan. 2005, Ashland J. Bolden. 2006, Leslie Grant. 2007, Robin Danielle. 2008, Nathan Fletcher.
(2009) Michael Battle. 2010, Walter Owens. 2011, Sheila Brown. 2012, Roy Irons. 2013, Edward H. Chappelle, Jr. 2014, Allison Riddle Fletcher.
2015, Carrie Brown. 2016, Judy Greenlee Taylor. 2017, Kim Perry. 2018, Joe O'Neill. 2019, John T. Daniels II. 2020, Sheila Armstrong.
Thank you, thank you. Let's keep on keeping on. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Okay, so now the next part of the program, which I have the opportunity to participate in, is the new officers. Would you please come forward? Yes, thank you. Okay, so to the new officers. When I say state your name, please state your name. Would you please raise your right hand? I, your name, please, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution and the bylaws of the National Dental Association. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office of which I have been elected to the best of my ability, so help me God. You've been inducted. So help me God. Okay, I'm being instructed here. And the next portion of this, as I'm reading it, is the current president is to be.
So you can repeat what you just said. Repeat what you just said, but say it in smaller pieces, like 3 words at a time, so they'll remember it. Say it 3 words at a time.
Above all, which I've been elected to the best of my ability.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. Okay, so I've been corrected. I've been finished the swearing in. I also solemnly swear to uphold the office in which I have been elected to the best of my ability, so help me God.
All right. And now, the installation of the President of the National Dental Association, the 98th President, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler, DDS, by our current President, Dr. Pamela Alston.
We need to hopefully to have the Bible. He's coming. We're gonna stand in front. Okay, please place your hand on the Bible and raise your left hand. Yeah, okay, very good, your right hand. Okay, I, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler,
I, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution
to uphold the Constitution
and bylaws of the National Dental Association.
and the bylaws of the National Dental Association.
I also solemnly swear
I also solemnly swear
to uphold the office
to uphold the office
of President of the National Dental Association
of President of the National Dental Association
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in the interest of its members
in the interest of its members
and the community it serves.
and the community it serves.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Put the medal on.
I removed my medallion, the president's medallion, and it is now your medallion. You have the baton. I pass it to you.
This concludes the candlelight ceremony, and we wish the best for the new president and the new officers of this organization as they carry the spirit of those who have gone before with them to provide strength and wisdom as they carry out their obligations in the name of the National Dental Association in the coming year.
You stay here. You stay right here. Stay right here. Pam, you can sit. You can sit. We're going to follow everybody off. Congratulations.
I could use a little water.
Okay. And now, I would like to introduce Dr. Hazel J. Harper-Johns, the first woman president of the National Dental Association, to introduce Dr. Lee.
It is my absolute pleasure to be able to present this woman who embodies so much of what we should all aspire to be. She leads by example. She walks a path of courage, and her spirit and her heart know no boundaries. She does not know how to accept no for an answer. And she leads with courage, she leads with compassion, she leads with a commitment. And I know these things because every day when I walk into the office and we practice together, there's a joy that comes through my heart and soul when I see the kind of patients that she works with, because she treats patients that a lot of people don't even know how to handle. They are mentally challenged, they're physically challenged, they're in wheelchairs. And sometimes she goes into the office at 4 o'clock on Monday mornings, because that's when she has an anesthesiologist that will work with her on those patients that just cannot sit in the chair by themselves. So I see that, but I also see, and I'm proud of the fact, that the Washingtonian magazine has recognized her as one of the most outstanding dentists in Washington, D.C. And they didn't do it just one time. They've done it several years. And the other thing that I know, because I see her every day, I have to tell her, don't hide your awards and your plaques. Put them out in the reception area. Your patients need to see how the rest of the world thinks about you. So she has put a few out there. Not enough, because I know that there's still some that are hidden. So I could go on and on and on. And she finds and makes a way out of no way, not only just here in the United States, but also abroad. And she, I believe that this woman will be a quintessential leader. I believe that she will continue to lead with courage and inspiration. And before I bring her to this podium, I'm not giving up this mic yet, I would like for everyone to turn their attention to a special video today.
Hold on, wait a minute. Testing. Is this thing on? Because, excuse me, Miss President. Oh my goodness, it's such a big deal, right? It's such a big deal, I know. And congratulations. Ima, I love you. You're beautiful, Salon Queen. You did it. I just want to say congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I want to wish you buku blessings. And we want to wish you buku love and so much more to come. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. I love you.
Congratulations to Dr. Lee on your new position as president of the Dental Association. God bless you. God walk beside you and guide you forevermore. I want to thank you again for all the work and all the things that you've done for your patients and for your family and your friends. Take care. Love you.
Hey Ma, I heard you're gonna be president. I think you'll be a great president of the National Dental Association. Probably the best. Love, Jael.
Cheryl, congratulations. We are amazed at what God has done in your life and how He has used you to bless so many people, and now at a national platform.
Cheryl, I am just so proud of you. Our friendship has spanned over 50 years, and I've watched you grow in your practice and your service to people in the dentistry, and now you're at the highest pinnacle, 98th president of the National Dental Association. I know Dr. E. Preston Lee is looking down on you, and I know your mother Ethel is beaming at you tonight. Oh, Cheryl, on behalf of our family, we just want to wish you congratulations. We love you.
And may God continue to bless you in your ministry.
Go, Cheryl.
Hi, Mom. Congratulations on being the president.
Get herself together for a second. And now it's my pleasure to present the 98th President of the National Dental Association, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler.
Wow. So I think sometimes you ought to show videos like that after the person has spoken. So, first giving on honor and praise to our Lord and Savior, our holy Messiah and His anointed, to all of those present who fight for truth, honesty, integrity, and righteousness. I greet you all in peace. I am Cheryl Lee Butler, daughter of the late E. Preston Lee, DDS, and my mother, Ethel Delaney Lee, who is present here this evening. I am so grateful that she's here because the night before last, she called me saying that she was going to go to the emergency room because she was having shortness of breath. So, of course, we didn't sleep well that night. And the following morning, I called the emergency room to see how she was doing, and the physician called me approximately 15 minutes later saying that she was doing so well that they weren't going to admit her, they were going to let her go home. And so she told me she had told them in the hospital that she's been waiting for this moment for over a year and she was not trying to miss it. So we're really grateful. My mother will be 96 years young on January 2nd. She also said some years ago that she didn't think she'd live to see this moment, but we know that God has a plan for all of us. This is also her first time visiting this museum, and so that also means a lot to me, and I'm also glad to see all of you. I think they told me to speak for 5 to 8 minutes, and I'm going to do the best that I can. But I want to begin first by thanking the Creator for giving us the breath of life, for allowing us to wake up this morning in our right minds. It is He who gave us traveling mercies to arrive in this city, to be here this evening. You know, it'd be really great if I could just have a little bit of water.
start crying and stuff, and then. Okay, so Mom, this wasn't planned, and I know we don't drink out of plastic cups and bottles, but please forgive me. We ask that each of us is granted the same upon returning to our respective homes. We are thankful to have His protection over us each and every day. We are grateful for it is He who surrounds us with His love through His daily word, our families, friendships, camaraderies, acquaintances, and our profession. Let us all say, thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
So let me tell you a quick story about who I am and where I came from. I am a native Washingtonian. I am a product of the DC public school system. Growing up, I was extremely shy, still am to some degree. I had an exceedingly challenging time learning to read, and as a result, I wasn't a great test taker. I earned my BS degree from Clark College, now at Clark Atlanta University. I pledged in the fall of 1975 on the 22 Ties of Unity line of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And some of my line sisters are here this evening, and the rest I think are watching virtually, so. In 1979, the blessing for me was in the form of Dean Jean Sinkford and Dr. Thomas Pinson. I was accepted into the academic reinforcement program at the Howard University College of Dentistry, and successfully completing that 6-week intensive program. By the way, one of the hardest 6 weeks of my life. I was admitted into the class of 1983, and I know there are members of the class who are here tonight. Having been blessed with that opportunity changed the course of my life. I do not know what it would take to have that ARP program reinstated, but it needs to be. There are many successful dentists today who went through that program, and I am profoundly grateful for the opportunity, because otherwise I would not be standing before you this evening. I know there are others in the audience tonight who also completed the ARP program, and you can raise your hands really quickly to let me know you're here. I am a visual learner. Howard used repetition and thousands of slides from the slide projector flashing on a screen, which millennials probably have no idea what I am referring to. But visuals. I have stories that I want to share about my best buddy, Richard Byrd, who was an ortho and I am pedo, but I can share that at another time. Now, the Howard University is the Mecca, the real HU. You need proof? Watch this. HU? HU? Pamela Austin, that was for you. I practiced with my father until his death in 1989 and continued my private practice after. In 1992, I embarked on a dental journey to southern Eden, Dimona, Israel, to treat members of the African Hebrew Israelite community. It ultimately became my spiritual life's journey as I became a part. My life is dedicated to truth, righteousness, integrity, love, and hope. Butterflies also, because they are a reminder that nothing stays the same. There is always a metamorphosis taking place. Even today, my platform, the cascading intent of our ancestors. Why? There's a spiritual energy, a force to tap into when we call on our ancestors. We, the National Dental Association, we're embarking on a 122-year history. The vision
of a need to establish our own professional organization that 12 of our ancestors had is eternal. The National Dental Association stands for truth and right. Our mission is to promote oral health equity among people of color by harnessing the collective power of its members, advocate for the needs of and mentor dental students of color, and to raise the profile of our profession in our communities. The National Dental Association stands at the forefront and is a leader in advancing our rights within the dental profession. Right now, even though it did not pass, we took the stance demanding that dental options be included in Medicare for seniors, not a part of Parts C and D with an additional cost to receive these benefits. And as I'm saying that, I'm talking about myself. There is clear, strong supportive evidence that good oral health is connected to overall health. And I know what Reverend Lamar said some of these things, and I know he didn't see my speech and I didn't see his. So I know it's the spirit that is moving us. Our parents and grandparents worked all of their lives paying for health care along the way. They retire, live on a fixed income, and dental care not being included in Medicare is like a slap in the face, making it extremely difficult for them to obtain quality dental care. Then other countries around the globe offer free health care to their citizens. America is missing something here. The NDA embraces the philosophy that health care is a right and not a privilege for every American. The National Dental Association, the premier dental organization for ethnic minorities, was created because dentists of color, like my dad and many other parents of those like me in this room, were denied membership into the American Dental Association, as Dr. Bucray said. We still have our significant differences today when it comes to Medicare. Dr. Eddie G. Smith challenged Congress in 1965 to pass legislation for quality oral health care for children in underserved communities. Today we know it as Medicaid. Minority dentists make up just a small percentage of the dental family in the U.S., but our family includes dentists in the National Dental Association, students in the Student National Dental Association. Our hygienists make up the National Dental Hygienists Association, and our assistants make up the National Dental Assistants Association. And we couldn't do anything without our spouses with their support, and that's the auxiliary to the National Dental Association, making up approximately 10,000 members. We may be small in numbers, but we are present in all 50 states and many countries abroad, but we are mighty in spirit. It is the cascading intent of our ancestors, the energy which creates the wind beneath our wings, to fly and to soar like eagles and to capture a vision fair. Our organization promotes dentistry as a viable profession through scholarships. Therefore, this gala was so important to the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society. Yes, we celebrate the installation of officers this evening, but our purpose is that we are raising money for scholarships for our students at the Howard University College of Dentistry because our students graduate with debt in excess of $500,000 and some closer to $1 million. The second part of my platform, preparing the door for the next generation, it is our plan to visit the SNDA chapters via district next year. It is especially important to keep the connection viable and strong. SNDA President Raina Ransom, I'm excited to collaborate with you next year. We have a 50th SNDA anniversary celebration to plan. And I believe that there are 14 original members still surviving. Dr. Hazel Harper, is that correct? I'll take that as a yes. Ms. Letitia Canty, President of the National Dental Hygienists Association. We also have a 60th anniversary celebration to plan next year also. We are family. Together we celebrate the milestones of our accomplishments. There have been many generations to pass through this door in the last 121 years, but when we do not know, understand, or remember our history, we tend to forget. Other information will begin filtering in, watering down the importance of all that our forefathers, our ancestors lived and died for. Mr. Zwake Mbule, the people's poet of South Africa, said, and I quote, "We dare not forget, lest we become a nation that does not only not knows its roots, but where it's going." Having this gala at our very own Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture was intentional. I thank all of you thinking enough of us to support this significant effort and for coming this evening. Our many sponsors were thanked earlier. Just know how humbled and grateful I am for you. I would be remiss if I did not thank the following. Again, I thank my mom, who always believed in me, and my siblings. She was the cheerleader in the stands, reminding us that nothing beats a failure but a try. We have the best mother and father anyone could ask for. My brother Edward is here. My daughter Kirsten is here. My youngest daughter, who you saw in the video, is home with my youngest granddaughter. To Dean Andrea Jackson, and to all of the HUCD family. To my class, the class of 1983, I know you're here, can't wait to see you all. To the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society, the most dedicated chapter of the NDA. Dr. Cheryl Batiste, President, Edward Chappelle, Chair of this event, Hazel Harper, our very first woman president, who kept check sheets, kept us in line, making sure we did everything correctly. The protector of me, she along with Nicole Cheek, our national vice president-elect, and Tiffany, who concentrated on the souvenir journal, which I have not had a chance to see, donations and the like, and the greatest committee members ever, Doctors Juanita Rhodes McFarland, Bernard Chase, John Daniels, Belinda Carver-Taylor, Reginald Salter, our national treasurer, Secunda Wright Perry, and Floretta Cuffey, president-elect for Robert T. Freeman. You are second to none. You have had my back since joining the NDA, and I cannot thank you enough. Dr. Stanley Bucray, you may not remember this, but it was at Ed Chappelle's convention in 2013 after I spoke. You said, "We have presidents in the making right here in Robert T. Freeman." I laughed and you said, "You're laughing, but I'm serious." And here we are this evening. To Mr. Keith Perry, our executive director, I anticipate an intense, productive, and victorious year with you. To Dr. Nate Fletcher, chairman, and to the Board of Trustees, I know with you, our meetings will be conducted properly and according to the rules. For sure, with your expertise, you will make sure that I and we will never be out of order. To our small but mighty NDA staff, Ms. Lavette Henderson, Director of Finance, Shalane Stone, Ebony White, and Dr. Nicole Cheek, the NDA could not do the things it does without you. To my office staff, Nixia, Kirsten, my daughter, Lillian, and Erica. Things are tough now, but it's going to only intensify next year. To the independent contractors, Dr. Rennie Griffith and Dr. Nicole Cheek. That woman is everywhere. To my African Hebrew Israelite family of Jerusalem, the Divine Order of the Crown Sisters, the Sistership, and to Anita's Circle of Friends. To the national president of the Drifters Incorporated, Drifter Donna Roderick, and my Mitchellville Drifter sisters who always support me. And to those drifters who traveled to be here this evening, thank you for loving me and allowing me to be me. To my Upsilon Tau Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Kelly, Jackson, Basilis, Soros, Quinn, Melanie, and Pat, thank you for your love, kind words, and support. The Links Incorporated National President, Dr. Kimberly Jeffries Leonard, I appreciate you and am happy you're here. To the DC Surgical Center, Kyle Welsh and the crew, thank you. I look forward to furthering our conversations about expanding options for those patients who are extremely apprehensive, combative, and allowing Cheryl to not have to work so hard every day. To the young warrior sons of Delta Mu Chi, Dr. Salter, and the soldier sisters of Delta Phi Sigma, Drs. Giselle Saunier and Doreen Taylor Bishop, it brings me joy to watch your growth and development. Reverend William H. DeMar IV, I do not think that there has ever been a time where I have asked you for something and you could not deliver. To everyone else, to the many friends, families, my patients, acquaintances, partners, and future partners that I may not have addressed personally, thank you. And not last, and certainly not least, to my husband, Akiba, the love of my life, the joy in my heart, and the sparkle in my eyes. Every little girl wants to grow up and find her Prince Charming and King, and I found him in you. Also, thank you for the spiritual guidance and teachings you provide me daily. Now, let me say this. What has become so painfully clear in our generation is the onslaught that has been, is uncovered, and revealed in a society where truth has no place and is not welcomed in a world of the seemingly unending pursuit of falsehood and deceits. This museum has rich history, much of it painful. The spirit of Emmett Till, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Ida B. Wells, and Martin R. Delaney, of whom I am a descendant on my mother's side, is in this building. Today, we call on the names of Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and others, and those whose names we will never know. Nations have collaborated to perfect systems and social constructs to hide the connection between truth, life, and the living. Meaningless dissertations as deadly foreign substances used to alter the capacity of the human form from its intended purpose into something unrecognizable on a trajectory which can only result in destruction of true originality and behavior. To become overwhelmed in disbelief at the prospect of overcoming the control that fear induces in the absence of the power of truth. How then can we win? How can we measure the strength of good and right against the imbalance of definitions that only destroy? What is it that keeps us trying, that keeps us going? Why don't we quit? We might not know how to explain what we know, but we know that we have tapped into something, an absolute energy whose power has no equal. We understand that we are a part of it. It is the proof we bear witness that injustice and hate must give way to the beauty of higher laws. One thing we know that is certain: self-deception is spiritual suicide. Let us continue to strive and do what is right, riding on the river of our ancestors' spirits. Maya Angelou, poet extraordinaire, said, and I quote, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." I hope you're feeling me this evening. The spirit of truth, honesty, determination, hope, integrity, and love is what I carry with me on this year-long journey and for the rest of my life. National Dental Association, I thank you for allowing me to serve as your 98th president of this awesome, powerful, extraordinary organization. It is my prayer that I serve you well. Past presidents, it is my hope you would join me when we visit your districts next year. I have been on a year-long journey of gratitude. I am extending it another year. I want to be able to greet and hug each of you. I also want you to be able to visit as much of the museum as you can. Dance, sing along with Bobby Felder. Dr. St. Elmo Crawford, thank you for helping us make this happen. Enjoy the wonderful food prepared just for you by Get Plated. When you see our event planner, Sharon Jarrett, just walk up to her and say, wow, if you enjoy yourselves. The following is becoming my signature, perhaps, and I will close with this. It is about the gratitude stone, so here we go. This little pouch of burlap holds more than rock and stone. It's got a bit of magic for you and you alone. How it works is simple. Put each one on display. Somewhere you will find it as you go throughout your day. Stick one in a kitchen drawer or on your bedroom stand. Put one in your pocket to keep it close at hand. Place one on a shelf or desk. Place one in your car. Just anywhere you'll notice it, no matter where you are. And every time you see your stone, this is what you do. Think of something in your life that means a lot to you. It only must be something that you seldom bring to mind, the things you take for granted because you have them all the time. Make sure each thought is different, a most important part, and take about 10 seconds to feel thankful in your heart. And soon before you know it, the magic will take place. And every day you'll find you have a smile on your face. Who knew life could get much better by a small stone on a shelf? But that's how being grateful works. Just try it for yourself. You each have a gratitude stone in your, as the Robert T. Freeman Dental Society they call it the swag gift bag, that you will receive at the conclusion of this event. Enjoy this evening's festivities. I leave you with this. If you could see yourselves through my eyes, then and only then will you know how incredibly special each of you is to me, and how thankful and grateful I am that you have touched and impacted my life. Thank you, and have a wonderful night tonight. And thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So don't leave. Got one more thing for you. That was a wonderful speech. Absolutely wonderful. So, Dr. Lee, we are so proud of you. We have another special presentation for you before we end this program this evening. And we have Dr. Andrea Jackson, Dean of the Howard University School of Dentistry.
Do this, huh?
I think you can.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to present this plaque to Dr. Lee. On behalf of Howard University College of Dentistry, we are so proud of you. It says, congratulations, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler, 98th President of the National Dental Association. Excellence in truth and service.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
So I can see you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
That's it.
Okay, good.
All right. As we come to the end of our program, we have a few housekeeping notes. Just want to let everybody know. Number one, as you exit the auditorium this evening, please proceed back upstairs to the Heritage Hall where there will be food and music. Please feel free to tour the museum at your leisure, but remember, there are no food or drink anywhere but in Heritage Hall. Please remember to wear your mask at all times except when eating or drinking. The museum closes promptly at 11 p.m. Buses will begin leaving at 10:45 for the hotel if you are parked, and if you're parked there or at the Colonial Garage in Northwest, an announcement will be made when the first bus will start loading. I want to make sure that before we leave, I know we do not want to slight anyone, but we also want to make sure that everyone knows who our officers are for the National Dental Association in 2022. Our President-elect, Dr. Marlon Henderson. Our Vice President, Dr. Nicole Cheek. Assistant Secretary, Akedra Bell. Treasurer, Dr. Reginald Salter. Assistant Treasurer, Kim Smiley. Speaker of the House of Delegates, Joshua Tyson. Vice Speaker of the House, Roderick Adams. And now, our immediate past president, Dr. Pamela Alston. The National Dental Association is not only comprised of our chapters and component chapters and constituent chapters, but is also comprised of our family of organizations, which include the National Dental Assistants Association and their president, Dr. Angela Bowens, the National Dental Hygiene Association, Dr. Letitia Canty, the auxiliary to the National Dental Association, Dr. Glenna Livingston, and our students, which include J. Ray Eli, Vice President. I'm sorry, J. Ray Dell. Corresponding Secretary, Houston Murray. Jarrell Atwater, Member at Large. And Raina Ransom, President. So if everyone will please stand for the benediction. May the God of Abraham and our ancestors be with you and grant you peace. And may he continue to smile on the National Dental Association as we work to make our patients healthier through good dental care. And may he be with our new president, Dr. Cheryl Lee Butler, throughout this upcoming year, as we know she is meant to do great things. Amen and amen. Thank you. All right. As everyone's leaving, there will be photo opportunities outside. And enjoy your time in the museum. Thank you.